Hello, fellow chatterers and book appreciators, and anyone else who has wandered in because you're curious or you're lost. My name is Chatty, and welcome to my channel, Chatty the Mad Chatter, where today I'm going to be chatting away madly about Whateverathon 2, which is a readathon created by Maddie from Maddie at Book Browsing Blog. And I will, of course, be linking her channel in the description and also her announcement video where she goes through everything you need to know about this readathon. So if you want to join in, there is still time to sign up. It's going to be lots of fun, and it is literally reading whatever you want. So it can be as simple or as complicated as you want to make it. Check out her video. She explains it brilliantly, and it's definitely worth a watch. Or if I am making no sense to you and it's all very confusing, go and check out her video, because that will make it make sense. I am just going to be talking about what I'm hoping to read for this readathon. I'm feeling very small at the moment, like I'm just a tiny little thing in the corner, because I have my big bingo board pasted on the wall for you, and I'm going to be trying to hit as many bingos as possible to get the maximum points. If you've been watching my videos, you know that I have got a little bit addicted to readathons. I love them. I have so much fun with them. But they have mainly been just for fun, and I've kind of been dipping in and out, trying to work my reads I want to in. But with this one, I kind of have got, I really want to win feelings with it. I want my team to win. I want to get as many points as possible. I'm feeling quite competitive. Saying that, I obviously still have things that I've already pre-planned to read that I will be squeezing in here. So we'll see how that goes. So with Whatever You Wantathon, there are lots of different ways to do it. The main one I'm going to be just talking about is the bingo board. So there are 4 teams. And as you can see on this board, I have got some pink spaces. So I will go through all the prompts, because I really do not know how well you can see this. But hey ho, it's the best camera angle I could hope for. And we are doing it in one take. There is no editing as per usual. And again, my tiny teacups I left upstairs because I forgot them and everyone else in my house is asleep. So I'm leaving them up there. So we'll just do a little mime. One shot, no editing. Woohoo! Let's do this challenge of trying to sort out my books on here. So with Whatever You Wantathon, like I said, you have teams. I was very excited about all the teams that were on offer, and I couldn't quite choose which one to pick, but eventually what swung it for me was not only the fabulous hosts we have heading up this team, driving the bus, making sure we're all on it. That is Gav, Pris and Sandra. I think the combination of all 3 is going to be hilarious, lots of fun. They've all got great energy, and I feel they're quite competitive. So I'm on board for all of that nature. But like I said, we've all got different prompts. So for the TBR Travellers, we have a TBR Vet. We have a Portal Fantasy. We have an adventure or a quest, which is very exciting. I do love those things in my books and will be very easy to manage. Middle grade, I do love a middle grade, so that was a big deciding factor. But the one that really won it for me is this amazing prompt here, which is it must include a G, a P, and an S on the cover. So obviously we have G for Gavin, P for Pris, S for Sandra, but obviously GPS. We are TBR travellers. We need our GPS. So navigation systems are all go. Whoever came up with that prompt out of the team hosts, genius. I highly appreciate it, and it is absolutely what won me over to choose this team to be part of. Whether I'm going to be a help or a hindrance, I don't know, but I want to be a help. And so what another thing you have to do for Whateverathon is you have to decide how many books you are planning to read in a realistic way, so that it's like you're hitting your own goal, and that's got a point system to it. So, like I said, I've already got books pre-planned that I want to read in June. I'm working my way through quite a lot of epic series, very chunky books. So I have 3, possibly more, that are definitely over 600 pages. And I have totally stolen this thought process from Anitha at Anitha Gade. And that is, if you're reading a book that is about over 500 pages, possibly 600 pages, that counts as 2 books because that is mahoosive. So in my head, I'm like, well, I'm reading 3 of those, so that's definitely 6 books. On average, I read about 8 to 10 a month. But I do tend to read a mixture of different lengths, like I will put a novella in there, or I will put in a middle grade to kind of help break up the process and things. So that's why it tends to be around 8 to 10. So although that would count as, so that would be like 3. I've pledged 8, but in reality that's like, because I'm counting 3 of those chunkers as like double books, that's kind of like 11. So that is a massive push for me to complete. So I think that works. That works well. That is a very realistic goal that I'm going to try and achieve. So that means I definitely want to put 8 on here. But ideally, I want to have as little as possible books on here because I would hit more points that way. So you can choose 3 prompts per book. So if you have any more that it fits, you don't get points for those. And I think Maddie worked out that you could hit all the bingo prompts with 6 books. But mine doesn't work like that because they won't all fit in. The prompts, there's always kind of one that's left out or not fitting in. So we're just going to do our best, really. So I'm just going to go for it. And the first book that I want to talk about, so I've made little things that I'm going to stick here, and then we can move them around if I need to. Oh, and the big purple squares that I have on 5 of them that have nothing written on them is because those are non-reading prompts. So it's things like achieve a personal goal, join a reading sprint, do something nice for yourself. So you do get points for those and can do them whenever you like throughout the month of June. Did I say it was happening in June? This readathon is happening in June if I haven't said it already. So this is like all the stuff I want to read in June, but I will be doing a separate June TBR on top of this. Anyway, so that's why they're blanked out. So the prompts that we have to cover are a book with the, an, a, of, and. So any book that's got that in the title will count. A book that's under 300 pages, which is always nice in a readathon. A recently hauled book. So that could be over the last 3 months. It could be the last one you bought. It could be one you got from a library. Recently hauled, something that's come into your life recently in book format. We then have colour on the cover. I will be doing this live. I have no idea what we're going to get. I'm going to be picking a colour out of a bag, and that will have to be on the cover of one of my books. On a previous TBR, so you've already kind of wanted to read it before and it didn't make it onto that. You didn't read it. Basically, that's what that one is. Favourite genre, so whatever you read the most, it'll work. Different format. So I think it's whatever you want to send. So I think like paperback and hardback can count for this, but I am going to be going for, I tend to read novels. A different format could be a non-fiction, it could be a novella, it could be a graphic novel. That's where I'm going with this. 1-word title. That's self-explanatory. A book that has only 1 word as the title. A host fave. So Maddie has done this amazing graphic where she's listed all of the hosts and they've all got 3 books underneath them. So you can choose any one of those, and there's a whole range of genres, whole range of ages, lots of different things to pick, and quite a few of the books that I want to read this month definitely come under host fave, which is very helpful. So for example, they've put the first book in a series, but if you want to read the 3rd one, that would count. So it's like the host fave is the whole series. We've got to continue a series. Wonderful. I love to continue series. Last letter, first letter. This is a tricky one. So this is the last book you read. The next book you read has to start with the first letter of that book you read has to... Oh, I'm doing a rubbish job of explaining this one. Okay, let's go with an example. So say the last book I read was Emma by Jane Austen. The next book I read would have to begin with A. So I can't think. Assassin's Apprentice. There we go. That would work. And then we have poll. So I've already done this. So I already do know this one. So that is where you just throw a few books out and say, which one shall I read? And people vote on it and give you the number. And this tends to work really well on Discord. You just list your books with an emoji next to each one, and then people put the emoji down to show you which one they think you should read. Less read genre, so that links very well to favourite genre. Whichever genre you don't read as much, that would count. Obviously, if you're an eclectic reader, that's a little bit more difficult. And then finally, 2021 release. So a book that came out and was published in 2021. Okay, so the book that I wanted to read, that I can't read, that I'm going to talk to you about now, is this one. This is Her Majesty's Royal Coven by Juno Dawson. I was really excited for this book. It sounds fantastic. It's about a group of witches in the modern day world that work with the government. And then I think they have to save the world. And I just feel that it's going to be really funny. I feel that I'm really going to enjoy it. I'm just so excited for this book. But when I was looking it up so I could let you know, I've pre-ordered it. Yes, so I'm so excited. I really want to support Juno Dawson. So I've pre-ordered this book from one of my local bookshops. And so I just thought, I'll check the date of when it's coming in. I obviously presumed it would be coming out in June. It's coming out in July. Coming out in July. So after the readathon has finished, which means I can't read it. So that's a shame. But I'll just put Her Majesty's Royal Coven up there because I made all these little book title things to stick on the board. So there we go. I'm going to leave her up there for you to see. So now I'm going to talk about a book I actually have and will actually be able to read for this readathon. And I feel Anitha is definitely going to be pleased to see this one on here. It is Ship of Magic, which I hoped to have read in May. It is currently May. It's not June. But considering everything I still have to read, this is not going to be happening in May. Maybe I'll squeeze it in. I'm not going to squeeze it into the last days of May, but luckily the live show for Ship of Magic is not until a few days into June. So I am going to be reading, this is going to be the first book I'm reading basically for this readathon, so I can get it read, so I can join in the fun chat in the live show. So Ship of Magic is by Robin Hobb. It is an adult epic fantasy, and it's in the realm of the Elderlings. So there's 5 different trilogies, one's a quartet, in the realm of the Elderlings. This is the second trilogy. It's the first book of the second trilogy, which is called The Live Ship Traders. So I read the Farseer trilogy last year. I think I finished Assassin's Quest in late summer. And then I've wanted to start reading Live Ship Traders. But it's very emotionally distressing books. They're amazing. I love them, but I also cry and you get destroyed slightly when reading these. There's a lot of pain and endurance the characters have to go through. So I was like, yes, I could definitely do with a little bit of an emotional break. And then I was hoping to get some buddy read kind of together for this. And then someone told me there was a whole hop-along that was going to be going on in 2022. So that is being done by Greg at Gregory LaPerche and Anitha at Anitha Gade. And so they did the Farseer, they had a break in April, and this is the May book, which I will be reading in June. And it is over 600 pages, so this is a chunky one. You can see here, I really love the covers for this book. So I've got old school covers for this one, I haven't got the new ones. So on the spine, there's this fantastic compass, which I love. And then you've got this lovely picture. It kind of looks like a storyboard tapestry or like a scroll. And then you've got the picture of the ship and some sort of serpenty Leviathan creature attacking this ship. I just love these covers. So yes, this is definitely going on here. So let's put it in place. I'm going to put the book down now. I wanted to be able to have the books on display, but I've tried to stack some tables on top of each other, but they literally have to reach up to my shoulder, so it's just not happening. So I'm just showing you the book and then putting it down. Anyway, so Ship of Magic. Oh, one of the things I forgot to point out, it fits into the book with GPS on the cover, because we have for ship magic. I don't do phonics with my 4-year-old at the moment. My sounding out is pretty good there. So yes, Ship of Magic definitely fits that prompt. So that will definitely be for that one. So another prompt that I was thinking of was it could definitely do this one because it's of. No way is it going to be under 300 pages. It could recent haul, but I think other ones will fit that one better. I haven't done my colour yet. I'll do that. Maybe we're halfway through. I'll do colour on the cover. It was on a previous TBR. I've already said it was on my May TBR, so let's definitely put that one in there because I feel that's going to be a more awkward one. It is my favourite genre. It's not a portal fantasy. I think it's all set in the realm of the Eldlings, the 6 duchies, but not the 6 duchies, a bit further down the coast, I think, on the map. It could fit in adventure or quest. I feel there could be a seafaring quest, or it's definitely going to have some element of adventure in. And getting croaky, I'm going to drink some water because I've been talking for 16 minutes straight and have not gone through one book yet. Okay, where did I get to? Adventure or quest. So it could fit for that. It's not going to fit different format. It's one I would have. It's not a one-word title. Not a host fave. It's not really continuing. It is continuing a series, but I'm not counting it for that because I have books that fit that better because it's sort of the first of a trilogy, despite it being part of the realm of the Eldlings. Last letter, first letter. We're going to come back to that once I've got more on the board. It's not my poll. It's not a less read genre, and it's not a 2021 release or a middle grade. So I'm just going to put this one. So I have, it could fit the of, it could fit the favourite genre. We'll come back to, it could work for colour or last letter once we've gone through it. So I'm just going to put this one up here and we'll get back to Ship of Magic. Okay. My next biggie. Don't want these yet, I want the book. What? I have been rereading the Stormlight Archive. So I should now be on to Oathbringer for June. Currently still in the middle of Words of Radiance. It's a big book. I'm not reading it as quickly as I hoped, despite it being a reread. But I'm having the best time rereading the Stormlight Archive. I absolutely love these books. My favourite fantasy series, and it's just so good. Anyway, Oathbringer, this is the US hardback. We have an embossed shard blade. This is the Bondsmith shard on the hardcover. I take the jackets off because I do not like the jackets of the American ones, but I love how they look naked. And what I love about the American hardbacks is their end pages. So here we have some of the heralds. I just think this artwork is amazing. We have, I can't remember their names, so that's not going to be helpful at all. But their artwork is fantastic. And I have the back here, and we have 2 other heralds here. And I just love the artwork in here. So yes, Oathbringer. This is definitely going on the TBR, but it is the chunkiest of chunky books. It is over 1,000 pages. I think it's out of all of the Stormlight Archive books that are out, this is the biggest one. So obviously perfect for a readathon, isn't it? 1,233. So this absolutely needs to hit 3 prompts. So here we go. I have tried to match the colours of the different ones to something that would help me remember them. So obviously Ship of Magic is on blue. Her Majesty's Royal Coven has a bright pink cover, so she was on bright pink. Oathbringer is yellow, and it has this little sparkly sticker on it because you get extra points for reading diversely. And this book definitely tackles neurodivergence. There's mental health in here, there's addiction in here, there's disability rep in here. There's a lot of stuff in Oathbringer. And although there is one character who is LGBTQ+, they are a minor character, so I don't feel it is, for a book that's 1,200 pages, I don't feel that small appearance counts for the LGBTQ+ points in this. There are a lot of other books I could read that fits that prompt more fully, so I'm not counting it for Oathbringer. However, Oathbringer was my poll pick, which I'm actually thrilled about because it is my biggest book. And if I hit that prompt, provided I've hit all the ones above it, alongside, and in diagonal to it, that will get me 3 bingos. So it feels a very worthwhile position to have it in. So let's go through the board again. I'm going to go backwards this time to keep it more fun. It was not released in 2021. It's not a middle grade. It is not a less read genre. It is a host fave. It is Cody. Cody has got Way of Kings as one of her favourites. This is the 3rd book in that series, so that would fit, but I'm going to come back to that one because I think I have another one that might fit it a bit more. It is continuing a series. We'll come back to Last Letter. It has got a 1-word title, which is exciting, but I do have another book that could work for too, so we're going to leave that one for now. It's not a different format, although it has got illustrations throughout, and it does have each title. But I have other books that will work better for that. Oh, and this one here, I never pointed it out, but this is a free slot. So obviously if you're doing the diagonal, or you're going down or across, there's only 4 prompts you need to hit, not 3. And one of those prompts in any direction is a do something nice for yourself, or a physical prompt, not a reading prompt. So you only have to kind of read 3 books to get that bingo, which is fun. That's quite nice. Anyway, adventure request. There is a quest. There's a lot of quest going on. They are basically trying to save the world, which is the biggest quest you can have. And there's mini quests within that quest, so that would definitely work. We're going to come back to colour. And it is definitely a favourite genre because it's my favourite of my favourite genres, so that would also work. Could be an aspect of Portal Fantasy, but again I have other books that I'm going to use that one for. It's not recently hauled, it's not under 300 pages, and there is no the at or of in it. TBR Vet, I have been intending to read this series for the longest, reread the series for the longest time. I first read this in 2020. I read all of them back to back. My brother lent me the first one. I then bought the rest of them, including the novella Edge Dancer, and was highly anticipating Rhythm of War coming out that autumn time. But I read the UK, I had all UK paperbacks because they need to follow me around and get battered. And so it was only coming out in hardback, which wasn't matching what I had, and I don't like hardback books getting battered if I can help it. I also then started treating myself to the US hardback versions, because like I said, I love the end pages and the embossed shards on them. But for that first initial read of Rhythm of War, I couldn't read a pretty book because it would need to follow me around. I wouldn't be able to stop reading it. It's my most anticipated book. So I thought the UK paperback version would be coming out a year after the hardback. So that would have been November 2022. So I was planning to start rereading Way of Kings November 2021. Yes, was when I thought the paperback was going to come out. So I was planning to reread August 2021 with The Way of Kings up until Rhythm of War. And then I kept looking. Waterstones, have you got the new copies yet? Have you got the new copies? Oh, we can see the front covers of the new copies. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Due to be released in May 2022. What? What? So yeah, I was planning my reading from August and had to push it back, way back. So yeah, so that could work. That was a very long-winded story about how TBR Vet could work. I mean, I feel half of you will stop watching now, but we're going to plow on anyway. But I can't decide what to commit to yet. I'm going to put some other books on the board because this could fit so many places. So we will see. So I'm just going to put these two up here for now and I will come back to them. But I will definitely be using all the big book ones to get the most points as possible. That brings me on to my final, I really need to read this book because I'm continuing the series. Plus it's a read along. And I think we need a second sip of water to keep the voice going. And we're on 25 minutes, so I better get a move on because this is long. Memory of Souls. I'm doing a read along on the Shelf Space Discord of The Chorus of Dragons. This is the first book that will not be reread. This is the third one. I have not read the third one, so I will be hitting new books after rereading the other ones. So I am so excited for this one. And again, it is over 600 pages, so it's a bit of a beast. So yes, I have it in hardback. It's very exciting. Got a nice elephant on the cover of this one with a sort of a yellowy feel. I do like the covers for these. They're not my absolute favourite. They're beautiful, but I do find them very striking and enjoy them. Right, so enough faffing around with the book. Let's get the prompts up. So this one has absolutely no correlation to the book. They're purple. I'd run out of like the yellowy ones because I used it up on Oathbringer. But I'm excited to read the story. My favourite colour is purple, so we're going with purple. I have also put the LGBTQ, I've got a little rainbow colouring here to show LGBTQ plus rep is in this book. So that is extra points. So where are we going to put this one? So this would also count as a TBR vet because I read the second book, The Name of All Things, in March last year. So that was March 2021. And wanted to keep reading the series, but didn't actually get hold of the books until much later on. And by that time, I decided, because the series is quite complicated, I would want to fully appreciate it. I'd want to reread it. And it was already in the middle of so many other series. It got pushed back. So it definitely counts as a TBR vet. It has a the and an of, so it could definitely count for that one. Not under 300 pages, not recently hauled. It is a favourite genre. We don't know the colour yet. Adventurer Quest? Possibly. I have no idea what this book's about, so it could fit that one. Again, they're all kind of saving the world, so I'm sure there's some sort of questing going on. Not a different format, not a one-word title. We'll come back to Last Letter. It is continuing a series, and it is a host favourite. Ruin of Kings is on the list for Jade from Jadey Ray Reads. So that would definitely count. Not a less for genre, not a middle grade, not a 2021 release. So we've got Host Fave, TBR Vet, the and of. And obviously favourite genre is quite easy. I'm going to go for Host Fave here. And I am also going to go, do I go for TBR? I'm not sure whether to go Oathbringer or, I'm going to put them both in for now. I'm going to put TBR Vet, and I have Memory of Souls and Oathbringer in there just because it is on a corner and I enjoy the fact that that would get me loads of bingos and loads of points. So it will encourage me to get through these thicker books and make them really count. And then I'm just going to leave this one up there and we'll see what we are left with at the end. So we have gone through the big chonkers, but I still have some chonkers. So the next one I have, it's a buddy read that I have been doing each month with Jessie from Jessie the Sleepy Koala and Megan, who goes by Sylvan Princess on Discord. And that is the Shades of Magic series. So this is the third and final one in the trilogy. So I'm really excited to see where this all ends up. I've enjoyed the other two. I've been along for the ride, but I just felt it could have been so much more. I just felt it slightly felt short on certain things. And I just felt we could have had more of the Londons. We could have had more of the plot tying together. Anyway, this is a book where you have 4 different Londons, 4 different worlds. There's elemental magic. The cast of characters has definitely grown on me. I found the second book really good for kind of the character development and exploring that a bit more. And I'm really keen to see how it finishes out. And I feel that I'm most hopeful about this one. I feel that the point of it all is going to pull together and be in this one, and this is going to be the best one. So I'm very excited. So let's see how it goes. Anyway, the first one I'm going to do for this prompt, and this I did treat myself to the collector's editions, because again, I do love end page artwork. So this is all a selection of fan art that they've put on the end pages, which I think is really cool. And we do have a magic word on here under the dust jacket in foiling, which is always fun. Anyway, put the book down. Let's do some stuff. So it only says a conjuring of light on one of these because I couldn't fit it on the other ones, because I've written it in peach wax crayon because it's on black paper and it was the only thing that show up. But I couldn't put, you know, a conjuring of light on any other colour. It needed to be black. So a conjuring of light is a portal fantasy. It is like the epitome of portal fantasy. That part of the premise is what drew me into wanting to read the book. So I feel to put any other book in that space would be wrong. So I'd earmarked that one for this one. And then it could be anything. I think it was also another one of Jade's host faves, but I'm putting Memory of Souls for that one. A Conjuring of Light. It could definitely work for that one. It is recently hauled as well, so it could work for that one. It's a fantasy, it's a favourite genre. No one would title, not a different format. It's an adventure. We are magically adventuring through different Londons. It's continuing a series and finishing it out, which is really exciting. When I read this one, I've completed a series and that feels great. We'll come back to the last letter. It's not a 2021 release, it's not a lesser genre. So, possibilities for this one. I think because it's got 2 in the title, it's A Conjuring of Light. I am going to put it up here in the and, of, and where else can I put this one? Could I put it in the continuing series? I'm just going to put it in here for now, and I might move it as other things come in. But the reason I've got my big 3 just not on the board at all is because I feel I kind of want to see where they'll fit where other ones are. Actually, there's just no reason. I'm just rambling. Let's stop rambling and let's keep going. Come on, brain. So another buddy read that I have in June is Daughter of the Moon Goddess. So there is a buddy read of this on Evie's Discord from the channel She Was Only Evie. So a lot of us are really excited to read this. This is the Fairy Loot edition and it is beautiful. I think I just had a book wow moment when I opened this because I really wanted to buy it, but I was trying not to buy books because I really love the cover. It was so pretty, and then it was given to me in Fairy Loot, so that was just amazing. So I absolutely love the colour palette. So instead of it being pink and green, we've got blues and purples and pinks of the flowers. I love how the writing is in the moon and on the back. And then they've done sprayed edges of the flower and the birds all down the side there. And that is gorgeous. Oh, I keep my Fairy Loot bits and pieces in the book. And then we have got these lovely end papers. Hold on. There we go. So we've got koi fish, we've got a lovely pagoda, we've got lilies and cherry blossoms all around here. It just looks beautiful. On the front, we've got the foiling of 3 of the main characters of the story. And then the back, we have got gorgeous end papers as well. There we go. We've got some more character art and some lovely water lilies all lit up there. So, Daughter of the Moon Goddess. I'm really excited to read it. I've heard mixed things. Some people love it. Some people it felt like a letdown. So I'm trying to lower expectations. I know this is a bit of a fantasy romance. So I think that is quite a lot of the book. So I'm keen to see how that goes. And I will be going in with that awareness. It is based on, well, it is inspired by the Chinese myth or legend of the moon goddess, but this is obviously about her daughter. So I'm really keen to explore a Chinese myth and see how it all goes in there. And I'm looking forward to having a good chat about it on Discord. So I really hope to get to this one in June. So let's try and put it on the board. And I have chosen a light pink to match the flowers for this one. I could change, I don't know if it has LGBTQ plus characters in, but it is definitely reading diversely because it has what I am now calling, after reading Loud Black Women, I'm now calling the global majority. So it has an author of the global majority who has written this book. So, Daughter of the Moon Goddess, where should we put you? It would definitely work under recently hauled. It's not under 300 pages. We'll come on to the colour. It is a favourite genre. It's not a one-word title. It's not a different format. It doesn't feel adventure-y or questy. It could be questy. Actually, no, it is. She goes to something that happens with her mum that she tries to go and sort out. So yeah, it can definitely be questy. We'll come on to Last Letter. It's not a 2021 release. It's not a lesser genre. So let's put it for now under favourite genre. And then I will put these ones. Let's put it under recently hauled. And let's put it under Quest. Oh, it also has an of there. So let's put of there up there. Okay. Next we have Firekeeper's Daughter by Angeline Boulet. This is on my new books that I want to read this year list. I've chosen 5 books. This was one of them that I definitely want to get to this year. So this is a YA thriller. It has an Indigenous character. It's written by an Indigenous author, and it explores kind of belonging to both on the reservation and off the reservation, and kind of feeling a mixture of those two worlds. And I have not heard a bad thing about this book. I have heard so many people raving about it, so many people are absolutely loving it, and I can't wait to read it. And it's one I've been highly anticipating. It's been sat on my shelf looking at me, waiting for the moment to read it, and I've decided the moment is now. So there we go. It also fits one of my Heartstopper prompts. So, and again, the cover is beautiful. I just love these two faces that then look like they're part of the butterfly and all of this flame colouring. It's just so gorgeous. So, Firekeeper's Daughter, naturally on red for fire. I don't know about LGBTQ plus characters in there, but it is definitely reading diversely because it's an Indigenous author. And what will this fit? It's not under 300 pages, not recently hauled, not a one-word title. It could fit under less read genre actually, because it's a thriller. So it's not a fantasy, so therefore for me it's a less read genre. Oh, that was it. The other one was, it is a 2021 release. So there we go. Definitely works for that. And I think that is all it fits on for the moment, unless I then get it for the colour. So because it's not one of my big 3, I don't feel I need to use all 3 prompts when I have so many other books, but we will see. So I am going to put this one over here. Yes, so I don't know what I was blathering on about, that I'm only keeping the big 3 off. Next book. Okay, we're getting there. The next one is She Who Became the Sun by Shelley Parker Chan. And again, I have wanted to read this one. I've heard there was a lot of hype about it when it first came out. Mixed things on reading it, depending what you were looking for. I think it is a historical fantasy, so I think it's quite mild on the fantasy. So I think people going in wanting more of a fantastical element felt like it didn't quite deliver on that. It has got queer representation. It is written by is it Malaysian American? Australian, I do apologise. Australian, Malaysian, New Zealand author. So it has the diversity in here as well. And the story, sounds really intriguing, about a brother and sister who are given a prophecy, and the girl ends up taking the brother's one because it's more interesting, and he does not get the opportunity to take it. I don't think there's much of a spoiler in that. That does tend to be the premise that everyone talks about, but I will just leave it at that, just in case. So I got this at the library, which I'm really excited about, again, because I wasn't too sure what way I'd feel, so it didn't quite make it to me wanting to what I wanted to buy. But that's why libraries are great, because I feel so excited, and I do love the cover, and I love the end pages as well, because they're all like orangey flames, which is really exciting. And it is also part of my Chatties challenge, which no one knows about because I didn't manage to do the video before my computer died, where I am basically trying to read some of the most popular fiction from the last 7 years according to Goodreads. So this is one of them. So, She Who Became the Sun. It's a 2021 release, so it could work for this. Pushing it would be less for genre because it's historical fantasy, but it's still got a fantasy element, so I'm not going to put it in there. It's kind of a quest. She has basically got to, she wants to take on this destiny. It's not a different format, not one word. Recently hauled it could also come under, because obviously I just got it from the library. So let's do, let's put it under recently hauled as well. There we go. Like I don't want, because I think Adventure on a Quest is so broad, it's not like I'm wanting to commit anything underneath it yet. Okay, next book. So this is one technically I don't own yet, because it's come out from under my bed. I haven't earned it, but it is definitely on my list of books I will need to earn before we hit June. And that is The Secret Sunshine Project by Benjamin Dean. We have this beautiful sunshine on here in rainbow letters. It is a middle grade, and it is a contemporary middle grade, which I don't read as much of. It does tend to be fantasy, as always. But I read Benjamin Dean's first book, which after Me, My Dad and the End of the Rainbow, helpfully got the name on the back of this one. Blanked for a moment there. And I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really nicely written. I really enjoyed the children's voices throughout it. So this is a completely different story. It's about two sisters who we can see here. One holding a lovely paintbrush because she's just painted the sunshine. And we also have some rainbow sprayed edges down the side as well, because it's a Waterstones exclusive edition, which I pre-ordered. Yes, so I've been very much looking forward to reading this one. So it fits so well with June. It just feels really sunny. I actually read his other book in June last year, so for a different readathon. But yeah, so I'm excited for this one, but I haven't earned it, but I just bought it out so that I could show it to you and you could see it, and then it will be going back under the bed, and then I will be trying to earn it. So let's put it on. And again, Secret Sunshine Project, I'd already used up my yellow. So we have this nice sort of, it's not like a plum purple. We've got a nice plum purple for the rainbow. And then it is a LGBTQ plus story. The older sister is a lesbian, and her younger sister wants to bring pride to her when they move to a much smaller rural village, which doesn't have such a big LGBTQ plus community there. So it will be recently hauled because I recently acquired it from a pre-order. It's only recently come out, and I will literally be hauling it very soon. I don't own it yet, so it's definitely recently hauled. And it's middle grade, so that's two done. Ta-da! My next one, another middle grade, start of series, Percy Jackson and the Olympians. This is the first book, Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief by Rick Riordan. Obviously, very popular middle grade. I don't think I need to explain too much about it. a son of demigods. Percy is dyslexic and has ADHD, so it fits into the reading diversely prompt. I've got a battery power thing come up on my phone. I have no words anymore. I've got a battery power thing come up, so I need to hurry up. And I love these new covers with the hardback. It just makes me really, really happy. So yes, Percy Jackson. Also on my list of books that I want to reread this year. That's the series I want to reread and haven't started, so that could be good. So Percy, where are we going to put you? Definitely Adventure and a Quest, like that. They have prophecies for quests. And it's middle grade. Ba-bam. Next one. So, presuming I finish Oathbringer, I could then go on to read Dawnshard, which is the novella in Stormlight, which comes after that one. And again, adore this cover. We've got this gorgeous foiled sun on here with shards of the sun disappearing off. And this is the first, like, all of his novellas have been printed just onto the hard. This, we have a cover that comes off, and underneath we have that sun again in the gold foiling, which is so exciting. Some nice red end pages as well. Such a cute little book. So yes, we have a novella with a one-word title. So I think we know where some of these prompts can go. And again, I've gone for a red because it fits. It's sort of a darker red. Anyway, blather blather. One-word title, Dawnshard. And what was the other one I just said? Oh, different format. Different format. It's a novella. Cool. We're getting there. The next one I don't have because it's a birthday present that I've got for myself. And that is the Fairy Loot version of Heartstopper 2. I missed out on Heartstopper 1 because I didn't have Fairy Loot at the time and wasn't aware until I saw Sophia's video from Sophia's Thoughts and was like, oh, I want that book. And then I went on Fairy Loot and they forgot. Anyway, I got the second one, so yay. So yes, that I'm opening for my birthday, which I haven't had yet. It is right at the end of May, so I will own it soon. So Heartstopper, obviously LGBTQ+ rep, different format because it is a graphic novel. And I don't know where else to put this one. Oh, I'm presuming it's under 300 pages. Dawnshard is also under 300 pages. And that actually would work. No, Heartstopper can be a different format. Dawnshard needs to go under 300 pages because I know it definitely is. Heartstopper, I'm not entirely sure how many pages it is. So that definitely needs to go there. I will put Heartstopper there too, just in case, but I'm not entirely sure if that does work. Then we have two more books left. The Long Way to a Small and Angry Planet by Becky Chambers. Did actually intend to read it last June as well. And another readathon. I was excited for this book. It didn't happen. I didn't get around to reading this one. It's such a lovely floppy copy of this paperback, and I really love the spacey colours on the front. I'm excited for this sci-fi series. I'm a character-driven reader. I feel it will work really well for me. And again, I think I've been not started reading it because it is starting a new series and I've been trying to finish series. So, A Long Way to a Small Angry Planet. There is LGBTQ+ rep in here. And what can you fit under? So it would fit under less read genre because it's a sci-fi. And it's the to a, so it would also fit under that one. It's not Reason Behold, it's not a favourite genre, although I do like sci-fi and want to read more sci-fi. Nope, not one word title, not a different format. Don't really think it's very character-based, so I don't really feel it could be an adventure. I think they could say there's a quest, you know, they've got a job to do, but I don't feel it fits that way. It's the first book in a series, so it's not continuing. It didn't get released in 2021. So yeah, let's put this second one under here. I'm starting to see where the gaps are. Final book is a middle grade Hollow Pox. The Hunt for Morrigan Crow by Jessica Townsend. This is the third book in the Nevermore series, which I love so much. This is an amazing middle grade series. I do it with my whole heart. It's some fantastic characters. I love the world. I love the plot. Can't wait to read it. and buddy reading this with mum, which is why we haven't read it yet, because it's quite hard to organise when we're both free and able to buddy read. But it could happen, it could happen. I also love the cover. We've got Morrigan with some lovely foily flames here, and then we've got Burn Brightly on the back with the, I've forgotten the name of the shadowy things, but anyway, one of those. Nice orange feathers inside, and then we have the beautiful purple on the hardback of, I don't know if that, yeah, that inside, yeah, it looks like the inside of several flats. There's lots of ladders and books kind of lying around, and there's a lamp. It looks really cool. Anyway, this is the last book we're putting on here. Then we're choosing our pen, and we're going to look at last letter, first letter. So Hollowpox is middle grade. Hollowpox is continuing a series. And yeah, that's where we're going to put it. So we do not have anything for just these two, so that's fine. So everything else we've got something for, so that's great. And I could move them around and start committing to stuff. Or I could just leave them in there and leave my options open. I will decide. Anyway, let's do this pen. So in here I have a bag of different coloured pens from my kids' pen box. I'm going to choose a pen. Whatever the colour is on that pen, I need to read a book that has that colour on the cover. Let's pick one. It is, ooh, orange. Orange? Orange. So this could be She Who Became the Sun. That would fit. There is also orange on Firekeeper's Daughter. That could fit. There is some orange on the Flames of Hollowpox. Memory of Souls. It's got a bit of a burnt orange. I don't know if that was my child. I'm just going to pause the video. Yeah, it was. Drink of water, all settled. Right. So, colour on the cover could be either The Firekeeper's Daughter or She Who Became the Sun. So that is 3 possible ones for those, but I have got other options within those squares, so I'm going to start trying to slim it down and commit to a plan that gives me as little books to read as possible, which is going to be hard because I really want to read all these books. Okay, so last letter, first letter. We have, I had a couple of thoughts on this. So I had either Daughter of the Moon Goddess and then She Who Became the Sun were some options. So it would be the book with the first letter that would come in here. So I'm going to take, because we've got different ones in recently hauled, I'm going to put She Who Became the Sun in here. The other one I had was The Conjuring of Light, and then The Memory of Souls, or is that the only one? I thought we had more of those. The Secret Sunshine Project. I think it's good to have a backup just in case I don't read She Who Became the Sun or The Daughter of the Moon Goddess. Because I would read A Conjuring of Light because I've got a buddy read planned for it. Whereas I haven't for She Who Became the Sun. And I have for The Memory of Souls. So let's put Memory of Souls in there as well, so we have more options. So yeah, Conjuring of Light, The Memory of Souls. Okay, so we have something for everything. I don't have a third. I've got to get Ship of Magic and Oathbringer on here as well. Oathbringer I'm going to put under one word title because it is a one word title, and that is one that I don't have many of. And Dawn Shard could definitely fit under different format. So I've got Oathbringer as my one word title. So I've got it nicely spread out. So I've got there and there and there. So I've got 2 diagonals. Oh, but I haven't committed to the TBR vet as to which one that's going to be in my plan. And I also have to get Ship of Magic on here too. So obviously Ship of Magic can easily fit into favourite genre because it's fantasy. And right, A Long Way to a Small Angry Planet. I think, again, poor Small Angry Planet is going to have to go because I've got so many books to read and I don't want to start another series. So again, it's a good fun possibility, but that one's going because we've got less for John. We've got Firekeeper's Daughter is holding that title now. Okay, so we've got that. Holopox I'm going to take out of the running as well, just because I've got stuff for both of those prompts. Need to commit to one. Oh, Adventure in a Quest. So I could take Percy Jackson out of the running, which is annoying because as a middle grade it's really easy to read. It's a reread. I want to do it for my challenge, but let's face it, we know I've got higher priority books on there. So let's take Percy out and let's put in, and it's nice to know options. I probably should have taken a photograph of this, but I can't because I'm videoing. I can look at the film. There we go. Problem solved. What was I doing? So yes, we're putting Secret Sunshine Project as the chosen middle grade. It's not the only middle grade I've got on here. And we are committing to, what was I committing to? Why taking that out? Adventure in a Quest. Dude. Yeah, okay, I'm putting Oathbringer as the quest. Oh, look. So look, I can get one here easily by finishing Oathbringer. Oathbringer then Dawnshard would work beautifully to get that bingo done in 2 books. So that's nice. So that is Memory of Souls is going to be that TBR vet right there. Oh, and that's also fun as well. So depending what that one's going to be, once I finish Oathbringer, Memory of Souls clears that, and it's on that one. So it's those. Anyway, so many books to read. Right. So I'm happy with my ones of those. Dawnshard or Heartstopper, it's very much, this is my one small book and I could do either. So depending how I'm feeling, I could do either one of those in the different format and under 300 pages. Either one would work. Recently hauled I'm a little bit worried that I could move Daughter of the Moon Goddess out because it's not in any by itself. It might be moved on to July and I'll just join in with the chat once everyone's read it, because I can then have, I've already got Memory of Souls as the last letter thing. So that would be a Conjuring of Light, and I'm already kind of committed to that. And I'm committed to that buddy read and finishing out that series. So this one hurts. Oh, I really wanted to read it. But no, maybe if I read really well, I'll get to read it. But yeah, we're going to take Daughter of the Moon Goddess out. Where's her other ones? Yeah, I've got Ship of Magic in there. I've got Sunshine Project is my recently hauled. Ship of Magic's my favourite genre. Oh, it now looks, yeah, it looks like it's a battle between Firekeeper's Daughter and She Who Became the Sun, but because I've got this one here by itself, Firekeeper's Daughter, I feel like 22 normal release could be either She Who Became the Sun or Firekeeper's Daughter. Colour on the cover could be Firekeeper's Daughter or She Who Became the Sun, and last letter, first letter, I could do Conjuring of Light and The Memory of Souls. So I'm going to take away She Who Became the Sun, which I need to take back to the library on June the 8th. Ugh, rude. But for maximum actual getting this read, getting this thing done, I haven't got any. The only double if I've not decided on is Dawnshard and Heartstopper. But the rest, we're done. So let's gather my pile of books. So I have Memory of Souls, Oathbringer, Ship of Magic. Oh. this is now really boring because you can see nothing. Conjuring of Light, The Firekeeper's Daughter, and then it's very dry at the bottom. There we go. And then Secret Sunshine Project and She Who Became the Sun. And I've got to lift it higher than normal because of the camera. Oh, there we go. Right, so I have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 books on here, and my goal is 8. So if I stick Heartstopper on here as well as an easy read, that is my 8 books to complete this. So this is my Whateverathon TBR. There we go, we're done. It's taken me a whole hour to work that out, but I have had fun. I have had fun. I feel this has been totally worth my time today, making all of this paper to have a random express my thoughts chat with you guys about how I'm going to do Whateverathon. Anyway, if you did manage to stay through the drivel and blathering on until the end, I don't know why I'm swaying, please do leave a little rainbow in the comments so I can see that you did make it to the end. But obviously if you have a comment, please leave a comment. I'd love to hear. Are you taking part in Whatever You Wantathon? What books are you planning on reading in June? Any of these you're interested in, have read before? Let me know. Always love a chat, and happy reading, everyone.